Disclaimer: Square Enix owns all models used in this documentation of a process that I have figured out over the process of 2 to 3 weeks of banging my head against the wall, trying to import my Final Fantasy XIV avatar, this character Sybil, into VRChat. The texture workings is specifically weird in this case, given the lighting, and because I'm using a separate shader compared to what you normally would be using for the data that you will be extracting from Final Fantasy XIV. Note that said usage of Final Fantasy XIV material is strictly private use. Don't be an idiot and try and sell this kind of stuff online. It is strictly illegal. And I take no responsibility for if you follow this guide and get in trouble for violating VRChat's terms of service. I haven't read fully into it myself, but I don't think it is an issue as long as it is of private use. But the disclaimer is there just in case, and Square Enix and VRChat can contact me and smack me if it is wrong and update my information. Either the video will disappear, or I will put a disclaimer or information down as a comment or in the top of the description. Just note, I am a terrible modeler or texture artist. I have acquired this knowledge from a few years ago, where I had some knowledge of how to do this stuff and then had to relearn everything from scratch. So there's a lot of things that I don't know and possibly could do better. But this is my documentation of the process that I have so far, and you could essentially follow it step by step. I will try and give some pointers of what I do, but I will try to be as fast and concise as possible so that the information becomes more dense and useful. There's a lot of things you probably need to figure out yourself, but let's get into it. So, the software that is used for this case is Blender. Not exactly the latest version. The version specifically used is the one that Cats plugin, this thing, specifies in the GitHub repository, so look that up if you will. You will need a texture editing software. In this case, I'm using GIMP. You can use Photoshop, but that's up for preference and money. And you're going to be needing Unity, and specifically the Unity version that VRChat has specified. In this case, for the time being, it's 2019.4. whatever. And you're going to be needing the VRChat plugin for avatars, and you will be needing Final Fantasy XIV installed because you need the model data, and you're going to be needing text tool, this lovely tool here. So the process goes, first and foremost, you need to have information about the items. Text tool only extracts each individual model part, so the head, the hair, the chest piece, the gloves, and so on and so forth. And for this process, I already have this avatar here, but I will showcase the entire process with this version. And to start out, we're going to be needing paint, which is interesting. Let's see here. I'm gonna put it up here, and hopefully this doesn't go wrong. So, Shift Windows key S opens up Windows little clip tool. Flip it over here, go over here. Use the plate selector, because otherwise you're gonna be dealing with having to wait on the item's name change from what it is to what it's coded with. So use the I went too fast there. Use the thing here. In most cases, you want to just strictly use a full set. In this case, I have some different leggings, which, well, they can't really be seen, but they're there. There we go. And the reason why you want it to be a full set is, if you see here, the arms don't have the same color exactly, And when you are in first person because you're in VRChat, it is much more apparent when the roughness of the shoulder pads here with the dirt compared to this smooth surface, and it becomes really jarring and really ugly in my opinion. But that's a personal preference. So now we have the items that's going to be needed. Now we need the skin colors, because otherwise you're going to have the wrong things. And I hope you have saved your preset, and that's going to be apparent in a moment. Also, Square Enix, if you need information, you have all the information right here to smack me. Contact me on my email address set with this, and we can figure out if there's any issues. Anyways, you're going to make a new character and load appearance data if you have it, or otherwise you'll have to recreate it. I'm so happy that I did, because that makes this much easier for me. You're going to need skin color. You only need this little pink thing here, but I'm just gonna, this little bottom box, but I'm just gonna have it here so I can see the name. And all the things that has colors is necessary for this process. So in this case, I have eye colors here. And I don't have lip colors, I don't have tattoo colors or face colors and all that, so that is not necessary for me. I only need these informations. So that's all I need from Final Fantasy XIV. So I'm just going to close that down and save this as an image. Well, just going to put it over here. And now we need to open up text tool. So in text tool, you're going to go into options, customize, and set the skin color, hair color, and all the other things here. So in this case, to do this, you would go into Paint, click this little icon, color picker, pick the skin color, and go over to Edit Colors, and then you have the specific red, green, and blue numbers. And in this case, you would just go over here and just type in those in here. And once you've done that, you have it there. Remember to make sure that your race is set to the correct type, because it has some overlay things. In this case, I'm a Highlander. So once you've done that, you can go in here and open up, oh, right. This is also why I took the picture with the picture. There we go. Because the names are necessary for this process. No. Ugh. It's got to be difficult. So, first thing first, character, body, and choose the body that you have. And make sure you always choose the things that the characters that you have, because one time I had a case where I took a Midlander body and a Highlander head, and I ended up with a decapitated head, which was annoying after a few hours of work. You will have to make a lot of saves in between. So we clicked add to FMV, show skeletons, just so we know that we have it. This is the bones that you're going to be needing for the entire process. It's important. And anyone that knows about bones is probably going to weep about all the bones here, because at least me that don't know much about this stuff, and I'm just dealing with this stuff, it's just pain. That was Midlander, that's the wrong one. Highlander male, and as you see, some of these models have just red eyes. The one model that would be closest to me would be this one, because it has the beard. But as you can see, I don't have the beard on this character, and that's because I don't use this one, because I don't want to do the texture working on that. I use, where is it? This guy. Because he has actually functional eyes, though the gloss over the eyes is a problem. And that has to be done with, we have to do some texture work there. So add the model. I was a Highlander. And hair, you have to identify what hair it is. In this case, I know exactly what mine is, because I've done this a few times. Here we go. Add to model. And now I have that. If you have tails or ears or other special things, do your thing there. Now we go into gear, and through the use of the picture, I can find the monocle. Oh, click the wrong thing. And make sure the race is the correct one. That's why I weigh Highlander male. There we go. And then what was it? Chondrite. Oh, right. So body, top fending. Highlander male, add. Gloves. Apparently only Midlander, so that's weird. But if we add it here and check, there seems to be no seams, so that's good. We'll go with that. And the feet are also these, also Midlander. Interesting. This might be problematic, but it is not a perfect system. This is Cayenne Velvet leggings of fending. And you'll note these vials is not really something you can see. You have to remove a few things when you make these models, because it is a Frankenstein slapdash creation that you're going to be doing here. So now we have all the items, and then we just export. And I know that I've done this tutorial a few times now, or attempted to, so I know I just need to delete the previous attempt. There we go. So I will call this SR YouTube because it's Sybolt retrospect that I have here. Export to there. And successful. So now in here we have this, all the textures and the FBX file. So close down text tool. And we don't need paint. Don't save. And now we need Blender. So with Blender, import. You can either import with cats or you can go up and import it the other way. Navigate to your thing. Oh, that was the scene. That's the wrong place. Full models. There we go. So here we are. I need to get used to this stuff again. So first thing first, save as. And in this case, I need to jump out here, jump in here, and call this SR YouTube. So this is the base file, and you don't want to touch anything yet. You want to go over and save another copy. And this copy we will call Atlas. Now, this process will make the model at least good, or in most cases, excellent quality. It is a MMO avatar, so the model is very much optimized for a lot of people. And in VRChat, there's a lot of optimization issues. People don't take the time to optimize. I'm terrible at modeling, but I'll be damned if I ever put in a model that's not excellent or good quality, because I just don't want to deal with being the person that brings everyone's performance down. So please put some attention into this. So now we have this model, and we're going to be moving down. I believe this might, you can navigate around with the text tools here to see the different things. You can see here, it's transparent for me right now, and that is expected. Don't worry about it. You're going to be seeing a lot of things here. So, first thing first, we're gonna open up this and all these groups. Bye-bye. Get rid of those. We don't need them. We're gonna identify number 0. Yeah, there it is. So I find part 0.0. That is the body. You saw the little tiny thing That's unnecessary. We don't need this thing because it's basically stuck inside the middle. So take that, delete, and now we will. Well, I probably should have done this later, but generate material list. So now we have all these materials, and we're going to go down here and save Atlas, and it's going to be here that we do it. So create Atlas, Python trace call. It cried about something, but let's check here. Did it get me an atlas? It did. So I don't care about the arrows. You're probably gonna find many things, but in this case, this is the atlas that we created. We're gonna be doing texture work already, so I hope you're ready for that. So we're gonna open this with GIMP, and you're gonna look at it and be like, that's terrible. It is absolutely nothing. And that is because it took the emission, which is really annoying, but I've gotten used to it. So for this process, we're going to be needing to go over to selecting your model, shift click, hold shift and click left click on it to remove these things, and go into UV editing and open up. Let's see here if we can find an atlas. There we are. And then we're gonna be just a second. Now I can't actually remember how I selected all those things. Back to layout. UV editing. Nope. See, not a fantastic modeler. And people would probably say, click the fix model. Don't. Just don't. Not for these Final Fantasy XIV characters. Just never touch this button when you're doing these specific models, because it doesn't like them. It doesn't like it at all. So, okay, select them all over here instead. That should fix it for us. There we go. So, we have to do some detective work. We have to identify what goes where and figure out which cases goes here and make atlases, because we need to have singular material lists in order to reach the excellent quality. So first and foremost, let's identify, okay, that's boots. And in my process, I will go for the boots in this case. Look for the ones where it says that is the wrong thing. These are the pants, gloves, GLE. Here we go. SHO for shoe. So we're gonna take this, find, yoink it over here, and select move tool and move it over here. Hold left control and mouse scroll in order to move closer. You can also use the arrow keys to move it more precisely. Next, we're going to identify this. I know there's two of these, and that's going to be taken for later. This looks interesting. What could that be? And this is where things are really weird. It does look like there's two separate pants things. What is going on? Oh, right, okay. That makes this very difficult. Especially because of how this is going to be set up. I will try and see if I can identify where this goes. And judging from the appearance of it, I would assume that it goes up there. Unless, of course, it's... Oh, wait, no. This is it. is the chess piece, the TOP, the top. So we're gonna move like this. Arrow keys. There we go. Okay, so now we have that. Now we need to figure out these. This one is very much easy to identify. In this case, it's gonna be looking like that's still the chess piece. So we will open up this. This is much easier to do. Move in here. So that's the pants there. In this case, we will go, where have we shoes? Oh. Nope. I wish there was an easier way to do these things. But there isn't. Okay, we can see the vial there, and we know the vial exists. So in this case, identified the vials, which I remember from this. This is very much detective work. Yeah, there we go. So this, if we check it again, is up there. So selecting everything. Select this where toggle X-ray view. That makes it easier to select everything. So in this case, we need this here. Yank it over here. Move it into position. There we go. And I do know what those two are down here. This down here is these two. And that is, of course, in this case, I have two separate ones. And it's kind of weird how that works, but this is one where I'm used to it. You will have to identify things as you go. This one goes down here. I don't think there's much difference between them, but I personally, because you can see here there's one there and there's one here, I personally just picked them one by one. There we go. So let's see here. Next up, we can see the face is down there. Moving it over. And it's not behind the emission mask. The emission mask is something about the light effects. So I did the wrong thing. Oops. Oopsie whoopsie. Delete this layer. Delete layer. There we go. The reason why my process takes the normal maps first is because it is much easier to identify, for me at least, where those goes and read it from there. This part is going to be something else, which is highly detailed. Is it possible that it's... Oh, there's two tops. That's interesting. Why are there two top normal maps? What's the difference between these two? There is no difference. Ah, it's probably the ones, another case of the... It's another one where it's a duplication because there's some texture shenanigans that I do not understand. Okay, so next up we have so the beard, the eye, and the belt down there, and this giant open area. Usually you can see everyone is like one block, one block, one block, but these things right here with the chest piece is a 2 block in a sense, as well as this is gonna be the skin, which is a 2 block, and the face is like a half block or whatever. It's an interesting system, but we just find this and identify the skin. There it is. Move it over and navigate around. Left control, mouse scroll to fast move in and out. The hair was over there. So where was this? Oh yeah, this was the tattoos. The facials, basically. So we identify where we have the facials, because this is moving around like this. We have the facials there, that means it's this one. Moving in it. There we go. And the eye. Da, 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 da. And the hair, which was there. I know it because of how the thing is, but you need to identify it yourself through trial and error and try and see if you can find where all the things are. It takes time. It takes time to do. Okay, so now we just need that little thing that I thought. There we go. Here it is. And this is for the gloves, apparently. So they go here. There. So, merge it down, merge your layers down, and now we have an atlas normal map. Da, 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 da. And I name them atlas, no, that's atlas normal map, because it's the normal map. So now I have the normal map. And now the fun begins. You'll see all these, you have DWN, AD, AE, AN, N for normal map, AO, AS. The textures you get out of this text tool is a default texture, the default, the emission, the normal map, the occlusion, and the specular. So there's a specific type of shader you're going to be using in VRChat, because VRChat has some specified ones. And in this case, let's do this first. So we know that this thing, you can see the crystals there, is up here. This one is a little bit more janky because we don't really see a perfect line, but we will have it here. We will find the big clothing here, which is this one. What is this? This is the default for one of them. Oh, right, yes. Oh, yeah, this is the one where it's weird. I don't know which one of these side is correct, which is gonna be really annoying, because I have to figure out which one is where, or do some editing. It's normally not like this for me, but, well, everything has to be different from time to time. I'll find the other D here, because I know this goes here. You can get up here, move over, default here. And in this case, I know that is this one down here, and this is the special one. If you look here, you have the A default and B default, and I know A default uses this part. If you are a smart, really cool modeler that knows how to swap the UV maps around, then you can do that. But in this case, I am just gonna do these things where I specify them, and then in this case I'm gonna try and make two separate versions of this setup, so I can just swap them around. We have the default for this, which was over here. Arrow keys to do small adjustments without having to move the thing around. And the boots. There you go over here. And looking around, we have the skin color. There we go. The face. And the default for the beard. Note that sometimes it can be really weird because with the beard it's very transparent, and in this case I just prefer doing the arrow key trick in order to get them correctly lined up with things. The eye default. And the hair. Okay, so I am gonna try and see if I can find, that's the one there, that's the one there. So I'm just gonna move these up and gonna merge down the rest. Because in this case, I don't actually know which one is which. Atlas, default A. And I'm just gonna duplicate this one and call it B. So in this case, with this one, we're just gonna duplicate layer, go down there, duplicate layer, and put that down there. And for configuration A, we're gonna move these, hide all the different ones that you don't need. In this case, we just gonna move these back and forth. There we go. And this one goes up here. There. It is here, is shown by hierarchy, so you can check with this. So merge down, and this one goes down to the next one. I have to show them actually, apparently. So there we go. Merge down, merge down. So now we have the default, and I have made sure that I have one for both versions of these. So that's good. Next up, just hide these and continue using the normal map. That's a lot of work for this. The emission, we already have the emission, is this one. So we don't really need to make that. We can rename it. Where's GIMP? There's GIMP. Atlas emission. There we go. And we now just need to do one final one, and that is the, oh boy. We need to make a duplicate again. Oh. Woo! Welcome to this stuff. This is pain. Okay, so we know this one. We're gonna make config, oh boy, great. Gonna make config A, so we know this one, because this is the green vial emission. So we go up here and move it into this position. And then we need to identify the next one, which is the gloves, which was down here. And then it is the shoes. Double checking, hold on. Yeah, it's perfect. Perfectly aligned. Next up, we have the problem one. These two I'm gonna skip for now. We have the A configuration of the monocle, which I know is down here. I don't think in this case that it does much. Some super pros could probably use both or something. I don't know. I just do this because I'm not smart. I just do what works for me. The skin occlusion, which is just one white box. And the beard. You'll also see that there's scars, which is something we can work with or work against. I love that the little yellow line shows. That's the only way I know it actually is correctly aligned. The face. There we go. Wait, no, yeah, I forgot. We also have one more thing, but let's just continue on with. Because I remember the specular map. We haven't done the specular map yet. And there's a certain caveat there, and that is for the specular map, don't do the eye. Just don't. Trust me on that one. It becomes a glass eye instead of a regular eye if you do it. Because a lot of the VRChat texture working is problematic, to say the least. Because some worlds don't have global illumination, while others do, but they have very dim light. So it's really weird. It's also one of the reasons why my avatar looked like this, is because I have this little thing here, where I just toggle light on and off. It still looks jank. I need to make more work on it, but it makes it so you can actually see yourself in some worlds. And merge down. Atlas occlusion. I think it's how it's typed. I don't know. A. Actually, is there any difference between them? I need to check. I don't think there is, but just make sure. Like that, hide it, and that was this one, and now we're gonna use this one over here. Let's see, is there a difference between them? Does not look like it. Okay, ta-da. Nope, there's no difference. Excellent. I'm just gonna move them over here. So, can merge them down easily without problem. So I just need to rename this to just occlusion. Woo! I'm 99% sure I typed that wrong, but whatever. And we can finally do the specular map. There's a lot of texture works in order to make this, but I feel it's worth it because you gain the excellent avatar rating, which essentially means that you can have your avatar as a backup, a fallback avatar even. So even if everything fails, you're still going to be shown for most people, unless of course you add additional things. But in that case, you're adding additional things. This is just going to be showing you how to make the base model in there. More modifications, you're gonna need more work to figure that shit out. There we go. And this is where I have to identify which one is which. Again, No, I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting with that. Delete that layer. We'll go over to this, where the specular map goes down here. Some of these textures are inspiring with what you get out of it. But I don't understand. I have basic knowledge. And I know normal mag makes the model show bumps or whatever, or well, through the light, how light affects the texture and all that. But I'm not smart. I really aren't. I just smash hit and then things work. And again, don't do eye specular. For the love of everything, just don't do eye specular. It just makes it glass eye. So just avoid that, like the plague. Merge down. Atlas specular A, and then duplicate that layer. B. And we're just gonna do this. Find the specular map. And the other specular map. First I'm gonna find this one. Duplicate layer. Move it over here. There we go. And hide it. Click this one. Move it over here. Hopefully you don't have to do this, but you never know. Gonna move this over here. Hide this. Oh, that's the wrong thing to hide. Okay, so that's the B specular. This is the one. So B specular duplicate. I can. What? Oh, I merged down. Whoops. Duplicate layer. There we go. So I can see here A, and A specular maps. B and B. I need to move this one. Okay. So I'm gonna move B specular up there. So just to be sure. Yeah, I almost messed that up. This is this configuration. I'm gonna show this over, so yep, okay, so these merge down, and merge down, show, merge down. Okay, that was a lot of work. So now we have all these atlases. And I have a tool, remember to Control S and say SR YouTube. That's probably something you should do early on. I hope you're watching this and haven't begun yet and don't mess up like I'm doing right now. I should have saved this earlier. Remember to make many saves. And where is it? Expert layers. I think I have a tool that I use. I can't remember what it's called, but you can try and search up for it and all that. If you find the same thing, that's nice. But here, just export. In my case, and then it should show up in here. I think I missed. Oh, why? That's because I have to do this. Of course, there's something about doing specific things, but I don't care. Oh, I messed up. I should have used layer size, and I probably see that in a moment here. Full models, YouTube. Oh wait, no. Wait. I think, yeah, this seemed to be working. Hold on, let me check here. Properties. Details. Yeah, okay. Make sure that even though the model that does this empty space, because your 3D modeling program, in this case Blender, uses this as a foundation. So now we have the atlas done. Now we can begin on making save as, and don't save on atlas because you're using these as return points, so to speak. So now it is mesh time. Now we're going to be fixing the mesh. And we're going to jump out of UI here. And oh, of course, now it works because I'm not in UV editing anymore. So you're going to be looking around. There's a lot of parts that is superficial. And you're going to be looking around to find which parts you don't need. In this case, let's take it from the top. Let's see here. Down is the pants. So you see here, there's a lot of things. In this case, these are clipping through, so bye-bye. These are inside the boots, so bye-bye. These are belt that is practically invisible. This is also hidden under, so delete that. Delete this. And this is inside here, so bye-bye. We don't need anything that is not visible. We go over here. This is interesting. It looks like something. So that is currently the model is pitch black because it is using the emission. So you saw how the emission part has nothing in this department where there's supposed to be face. It shows it like this, so it's just invisible. I'm unsure about this one, so I'm just gonna leave it be. I'm gonna go back to this. And now we're up to pants. Or boots, shoes. And that's just one thing. Alright. Next up, we're up here. Oh yeah, that definitely needs to be there. That's not gonna... This entire thing seems fine, because otherwise it just looks like that. Those are needed. This. Seems like there's some overlapping here, but there's one needed. This one doesn't seem needed. Oh wait, no, never mind. It connects with the rest of that, so yeah, we're gonna keep that. Just try and remove as much as possible, because, you know, optimization. This part over here doesn't seem needed, but it's not too much, so I'm just gonna ignore it. In this case. This shoulder pad, just gonna stick. Okay, here we have something. Edit mode. Gonna go into select faces. Control L to select same types and delete faces. Control L, G them away, delete. I'm gonna delete these because they are basically clipping through each other. So I don't want that. That can has problems, as you can see here. It's possible that it doesn't, but yeah. object mode. Okay, so that's this part. How much is that part needed? It is very much needed. So I'm gonna find the part here, edit mode, delete that, look around, Control L to select the big chunk. I don't know if that's... Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And oh, never mind. Alright, fine, it stays. You can go into settings and hold on, let's see here, edit, preferences, and systems, I think it is, and do undo steps. Set them to 200 or more. The higher the number, the bigger the RAM it's gonna take. So be careful with that. But do what you can to have emergency cases. We have this is necessary. These are necessary. Many things are necessary, but it's just a matter about finding the things that aren't. Aha, now we come to the face. Alright. So, the face is annoying. See here, how much does it has there? Yeah, it does that. These sucks. There's possibly a way to just easily merge them with the face, but I have yet to see how it does it correctly, so I'm just gonna delete this. And we have all this. So now I'm gonna go into the face, go into edit mode, and click this little thing. See here. Gotta make sure that it's the right one. Yeah. Oh boy. Alright, yeah, I remember there's a lot of stuff. Okay, I first need to figure out something else first. Object mode. Because there's a lot of this stuff in the way. And there's also this one. So delete that. In my case at least. Remember, you do you. And there's a lot of these places where it's just Control L, delete, Control L, delete. Delete that. That is more of those. Oh, I forgot to delete this correctly. And here's the eyebrows. I don't have much success with them, so I'm just gonna murder them. And of course, that's probably a good way of... There we go. Just hide them over there. Delete those faces. And select this entire section, because that sucks. And here it's just a little bit more weird, because I have to look around. I know that there's things... Oh, there we go, I found them. Gee, that was away. That one's connected correctly, that one's also connected correctly. Just have to look around and see if I can find the... because there's a lot of those scars. Here we have. That's why I use the... when I click on a face, Control L to select them. And I know this is probably really fast for anyone that is new to 3D modeling, but you'll have to deal with it. Apologies, but I just try to make this as short as possible. There's other guides out there that is much more thorough in showcasing how to do the things. This is just a showcase of the process. So come back to this video if you need time for those. So back here, edit mode, and here I know, yeah, I know this one. to delete that. That's additional things. And you can also see it's a little bit weird there, because there's another scar. Like, there's so many scars. Here's the sum. And this down here. Delete that. I believe there's things here. Oops. I can't exactly remember. Yeah, there we go. That one specifically had annoyed me before because I accidentally merged into that compared to another one earlier. Okay. And now, of course, remember still to have the mirror mode up there active. Go into vertex mode. Click, click, click. I think it was, which one was it? Oh, great. No, I can't remember. No, hold on. Oh, great. I just accidentally control S. Oh well. No. What was it? I can't remember the key combo. Great. Add. No. Shift connect. Oh yeah, there we go. What was it? F. And it did not add it correctly. Right, it's because it doesn't do it. Oh, I remember. So just make sure that you follow yourself over if you are in the same situation as I am. Da, da, da. There we go. F to combine them and shift click on them to select them. That should do it. So now I have cleaned up the model to a certain extent. You should probably have done the same in a certain extent. So back into object mode. And now we will save as, what's it called? Need to remember the process. Texture. That's the name. Save as texture. And now we start using this. Woo! So again, well, we have already used something else. We are going to find the option join mesh and select all. Blink, and he face plants. You go over there and set the transform back to, that's the wrong degree, -90. Control A and all transform. So now it's reset, so you can see over here now it's set up to that. The same for the bones. So now we have this model in the current position, and it's one model. So texture, UV editing, actually texture painting, shading. There it is, shading. There we go. So we're gonna be doing this here, and I just need to remember how I set it up myself. Texture, image texture there. So this one go bye-bye. I also need to add a shader, and in this case we are looking for the specular BSDF shader. Let's put it there. Bye-bye to that. Put this one over there. And here we open up and look at all those things and find the default A color base. And now it looked like this. Really ugly and really shiny. We're gonna add some more textures. It's more images. Textures there. Image texture. Control Shift B to make more of these. And now I just went and took that. Joink. Get off. So open this. Get the other textures in. We're gonna go by default A for now, so specular A in my case. Yours may vary depending on the situation. And normal map. So that's occlusion. And yoink that over here. And open emission. There we go. So in this case, normal map goes there. And now it's really interesting. Emission there. Ambient occlusion, if I remember correctly, these things I do hope. And I can see that something is weird. So I must have messed up somewhere. I can see that the normal maps probably need. Oh yeah, shading, input. Where was it? Normal map. There we go. No, don't do. Whoops. Rainbow colors. So here we go. So this should do it. So there, now it looks slightly better, but it's still really weird. And we can see the ambient occlusion needs a gray thing, so we look for the gray thing. Converter. If I just take this off just for now, it looks like this. Very shiny metal, skin and all that. And it does have some issues, and you should see here with the hair. And I could go through the process of doing that, but I think with the time it takes for me to deal with this, because I don't remember all the things correctly, I will show you what happens when we do it in VRChat on Unity. Just note that there's a cutout option. Not for Quest. Quest has this thing where they can't do the option for cutting out the textures there, because it's a very expensive process to a certain extent, and they don't have the most powerful performance. So that's the thing. Right, so now we have the textures. Go back here, and now we can see that instead of being transparent or pitch black with missing head, now it's actually somewhat functional. Somewhat. So save as, and go over here. We are gonna call this bones, and save that. And here comes the fun part. This. The problem with this entire process is these bones are really weird. And this is where I will just save, because it starts bones. A lot of these bones are all over the place. I believe we have a few options here to fix some of the bones, but most of the bone work has to be done manually, sadly. And they have called them different things. Remove doubles is a key we can. No. As you see, once you start using some of the options, things can go really wrong. And it does. Alt setting does not work. Okay, open recent bones. Don't save. There we go. And that's why you do backup saves. Everything can go wrong really fast. Da, 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 da. We don't want to decimate. Eye tracking is going to be done later. I might actually skip the entire pose section because you have the previous tutorial that I talked about, and you can get the details from there. Oh, right, bone parenting. Yeah, there we go, okay. I can't remember this one. It's not connected to anything, so I'm just gonna dissolve bone. I do remember there being a thing where it was easy to delete 0 weight bones. There we go, because they don't have any weight. One thing you might want to fix up first is you want to go into texture paint and check this. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. Wait, vertex paint? Vertex paint, that is. You see this? This is gonna make your avatar look really stupid when you go into some things. So just go into vertex paint. I'm sorry, I should put this in the texture part, but put the radius to max. Go over here, select cut through. Actually, I think we should have it like this, and then where was it? I don't believe that is a. Oh yeah, like this. So click the X-ray button right here, and just aggressively click everywhere and make sure everything is white. And don't do the same like me, spending an entire day trying to figure this shit out. It is painful having your model not look correctly because you didn't know of this separate thing that's in there for some reason. And save. Okay, let's get here. So object mode, back again. Okay, select the bones, go to edit mode, and we are going to try and see if we can fix this up. Connect bones, click that, and in my case I get an error, but that is how it goes. Okay, what about this? Can I connect bones there? Remember to have the mirror option on, because in this case having mirror mode is actually really useful. This doesn't want to work as it should. Okay, select this. What was it? There's a key with the setup to dissolve the bone. Merge weight. Okay, because if you go in here, object mode, click here, and you click on the bones and then the body, and then you go to weight paint. Then you can see some weird things around here. Hold left control to select them. So we have a lot of bones here. If you want these bones to stay, you can. In my preference, I don't have cloth physics to a certain extent, and in my case, I prefer the bones be under 75. And if you look at this, that's a lot of bones, so you have to do some sacrifices if you want to be excellent quality. You can just go to good quality and just ignore most of this cleanup here, but you can get excellent quality and have it work as a fallback for Quest as well, so I recommend doing that. So I would go over here, and where was it? Yeah, merge weight. So merge to parent, and merge to parent. The same from this one, to parent, to parent. I'm just gonna go like this. This way we reduce the amount of bones. And I don't do toes usually, so I'm just merge them to parent. So this is just the foot. You can do what you want, but of course. And here we have one of those issues. These here, usually for the gauntlet, for some parts of it, we can go into pose mode and then go like, and it's slightly weird. It's not always correctly set up, so I just merge the parent, just merge them. Here we have also one that's just connected to that. Remember to have mirror mode on. And apologies for my terrible accent and my god-awful voice being hoarse. I'm actually gonna get some water. Hold on just a moment. I hope this attempt actually fixes, because I've been trying this a few times now and every time it's just gone wrong. So now we have most of the things. Oh, never mind. We have this one, this little bastard. Merge the parent. There we go. So now we removed most of the problem ones. Now we just need to connect these. Okay, hold on. I need to numpad 1. Oh, numpad 1 to do the vision in this case. When you're moving these around with G, it actually depends on which kind of viewport you're in, so no matter what, it's always going to be set an x-axis for these. So if I move out, we can see these. I can just do this again. We can see that this one, if you want to be more optimized with it, you can do G for moving and then press X or Z or Y depending on what you want to do. And since we had mirror mode on, they have already done the same over here, so there's less work for us to do. So go over here. Let's see here. I think connect bones. Nope, doesn't want to. Well, oh well. Oh well. This is where it gets really hairy. I could go into details about how to do this much more proper with this, but I'm trying to reduce the amount of time that this actually takes. So this one goes down here, like this, and now we have it like that. Yeah. In this case, it is much easier to do it this way. So I will identify bone over here. You see the little bone thing. You can see the head and the tail. I believe, yeah. Okay, yeah. So that's that. So here we'll tick on this because we wanted to connect to this. Click like that. And see here. And just copy paste the values. And there we go. Now they are there. I think it's something to just mix them correctly up now, but it is as it is. There. I need to go to the opposite side. Need to make sure that this bone is even correctly, because VRChat needs the bones to be at a certain angle. The arms don't really need to, but the fingers are kind of important to get correct, so I'm actually just gonna do this instead. So much work. There, this. And just to be sure that it has the correct part there. Okay. I wanted to skip this part, but I can't. I just can't. I need to make this correct. It's a lot of work, but it is as it is. You can just skip forward in the video if you have passed this area or just know what you're doing. But in this case, I just have to do this. And I'm doing this in one recording. I'm not gonna do any kind of software editing because I'm lazy, and at the same time I don't really want to go and bash my head against any sort of like editing software when this video could potentially just get yeetus deleted by copyright claim or something. I don't know. I am not entirely sure with the laws of the land, so to speak. Right. So now the fingers are done, and we now have this peculiar issue where this is the root. This is the root. Where's the way that it works is VRChat wants a certain structure. So left leg and right leg is mostly interested in having the hips correctly assigned. So I can't exactly remember here, but I'm pretty sure I usually go bone and then the height, because this is where it really gets weird. Oh, nope. And I usually have the place here. Okay, so I usually put this. Okay, hold on. I usually followed by this one. But this one is separate. Oh boy. Right. How was it? Control P. Yeah, it was that. That was how it was. I can't remember. That is fantastic. Actually, if I remember correctly, this one. If I go into pose mode, yeah, that's the head. Okay, so recently they changed something, so head, upper chest, and that means we have to edit something here. Edit mode. We have the head goes away. The upper chest, so this and then this. Control P. Keep offset. There we go. So now these are connected because it's the upper chest. They made it so there's both a chest and an upper chest. Spine and hips. And I need to rename this thing quick, because we need to remove this one down here. So these, all these, and then hip, I believe, connect Keep offset. No. I need to select them like this. And keep offset. There we go. So now this bone can be deleted. Oh wait, no. I messed up. Because I'm pretty sure this bone actually has something in it, so we have to like that. Merge the parent. There we go. So now this one has what it needs. Its position in this peculiar situation is going to be here, which means we have set up the hips here. I usually have the hip at the set up to the same direction as this. However, this goes up here. So I usually try and keep it zeroed. So in this case, it would be here. This thing needs to be 0. Oh, that's the wrong one. 0. And move it slightly down here, because this is not exactly the best. Connect bone. Oh, no. Oh, hold on. Connect bones. Oh, it seems like it worked somewhat. Connect bone again? No, didn't work there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, we got some bonuses working here, which is nice. But the upper chest is alarmingly high. And it does have all these things, so. Whoop. Edit mode. There's possibly better ways of doing this, as you can probably tell. The positions of this one. Yoink, yoink. The Y here. There. This is a chest piece. Make sure that's there. And set down here as a chest there. And then this Y here. Put this here. Make sure this is zeroed. Oh, wrong. That's the one. Oh, wrong way. I think it's this way. Connected. There we go. Because the positions are exactly the same, you can merge them together like that. And the headpiece is there. Oh, right. I forgot the neck. Hold on. Pose mode. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely forgot the. I may have completely messed this up. Which is wonderful in this tutorial. Pose mode. We'll see how it goes. In any case, you probably know how to avoid the same failures as I have. It's a long process and it's many problems, but okay. In order to continue this video, so I don't have to try and... Oh, there we go, there's another one. Merge these to parent. In order for this video just to continue, we still have the upper chest here, and this is the head. In this case, I will look into not doing the neck. I believe I can skip that. I sure hope I can. But I am now gonna save a copy and call it pose. Poses. And this is where you would be doing all the poses. In this case, you have this lovely person's tutorial where he has gone through a lot of the things with every part of how to do these things, where he goes into details on how to proper do the modifications, because you would be going in here, go object mode, go into pose and selecting a few things, moving them around in the head and selecting specific ones. I will just jump right over that in this case, in both for time and because I messed up slightly, but you should be able to gain some knowledge and go with the details you have here to bypass the issues. And then you will, once you have done those, of course remember these are fallback points, not anything else. You're gonna make a final post, and once you've done that, you will export an FPX file, and you will call it final. And in my case, that's gonna be a little bit more. I'm gonna go to object mode and click on the model, edit mode, and then I'm gonna click this so it's easy to see, and delete this, because if you make a quest avatar, it does not deal with transparency. It just doesn't. Well, like with the hair and all that. So I just, in this case, export FPX final quest. So now we have those models. We then proceed over to this section. You make yourself a new scene, depending on how you go with things. You're probably going to be going through a lot of things. There's a lot of tutorials on how to do these things. This is just a process documentation. So you find where the data is. You select all the information that you have gathered, and this being the speculars, the emission, the map, the occlusion, all that stuff. You yoink them over, and you find the FBX final and the quest version. So in this case, this is the quest. So first thing first, before you do anything like pulling them in here, go into the rig, humanoid, create from this model, apply, and config. Trust me on this, you don't want to, oh, now I did this. You don't want to go through the process of fixing the fingers, because once I show you this, you will know pain. You will go in and select these digits, just to be sure. Oh, there, like that, there. Because when you do this and save it, it actually stays. And we're also going to do it for the other hand, right hand. Just get the tips out there, just a tip. There's probably a joke somewhere, but not gonna do that. And we will then look around, and hopefully this looks nasty. There is no neck, but it's supposedly body head. Yeah, I messed up. I shouldn't have. The problem that happened was, remember the bone that I dealt with? Let me see, open recent final, so I don't save. Remember the bone that was down here in the middle that I merged into this one? That was supposed to be the hip. I don't, just so you remember, don't delete the bones. Just make the hierarchy up there. That should do the things. This does not look correct. It's possible that I messed up, but of course you will have to go through the process as well and fine tune depending on the situation. Not the best guide, but yeah, what can you do? It's a very niche situation to be in where you want to do this specifically. Apply. And note, one thing that is very annoying, it's this. Whenever you're dealing with VRChat, this pose, when you're doing animations, just so you know it at the back of the head, this is normal. So when you're doing animations and putting all sorts of things on it, this is just how the model goes normally. And if you want to do animations, click play, and then do your animations while it's playing. Don't do anything else. Just don't. Just save yourself the hassle. Don't waste like over a day or two trying to figure out why it does it. Okay, so that was that one. Now I'm just going to do the same for the other model. Humanoid, apply. Oh wait, no. So I applied that mod. I need to go in here, configure, because this is the model. I need to just verify it is correct. Okay, fantastic. Because sometimes, for some reason, I don't know why, but it loves to be like this, where the bone is up there. The finger points forward, but the bone goes like this. And it's super annoying. So just make sure you align it correctly. Revert. Don't want to deal with that. Just configure again, just to double check. Everything's fine. Okay. And with the other one, I need to just double check it up again. Left hand, click. Man, it's really getting hot in this room with the very enclosed space and no. I have everything closed down so that there's minimal noise, so that this tutorial is just a smidge better than like dumpster fire levels of quality. I apologize again for my accent, my stumbling of words, but I do hope that you actually gain something out of this. Yeah, there we go. So, now we have them done. Now, right click and create a material. Where was the material? Why can I not find material? I'm blind, apparently. Physical material. There. No, that's not. That's wrong. Have they? No, no, no. What? Why am I unable to? Alright, let's just do it this way instead. throw in the avatar, center it up 0, 0, 0, and just drag. Or maybe I've done something more wrong. I sure hope not. Ah, there we go. That makes a material. Control X, Control V. Actually, no, didn't want to do that. Just move it like that. So you can just make material that way. So VRChat has its own thing, and you gain that from importing the VRChat setup. So if you can't see this, then it's a problem. So you need to go into VRChat. I believe that, oh yeah, that's only for when you're doing that. Scroll down, specular setup. So we have this, click cutout, and we have the default colors. Question is if it's this one or this one. I gonna assume that is this one. So this is, of course, we don't know which one is the correct one. Actually, that should be relatively easy because we don't know which one of these were, but we can identify. So this one has this as the on the right side. So if we can find that, that is B. So B is supposed to be on the right side. Okay. So this specular, the yellow one. So this is the one. Okay. Just gonna remove this, delete, and this delete. So click this specular map there. Normal map there. Mark it as normal map. There we go. So now it looks different. Emission. Oh, we need to enable emission. There we go. Emission there. And occlusion there. And so we have these things. Currently look like clay, but you can do this. Put it to your preference. In this case, I'm just going to do it like this. There's several things to deal with in order to try and make the colors correctly and all. And it becomes incredibly hard to deal with. I think I may have done something. No, wait, no, it should be fine. There's a lot of extra work you can get into making the model just right, and it's not exactly the perfect transition. But once you have generated this add component VRChat avatar, a VRC avatar descriptor, and we're gonna skip right over most of these settings. We are gonna edit the positions of this, hold the little box and move it as close to the face as possible. And there we go. Of course, I skipped the lip sync and all that. That is something to deal with. If you followed his tutorial, you will find all the things there. I'm sorry that I'm not doing it right now. I might make a 2.0 video right now. It's just as it is. So this should be it, unless I've forgotten something incredibly obvious. Double clicking in the atlas there, yeah. VRChat, show control panel. Just gonna put it to the side so you can't see me locking in. That would be kind of annoying. So, okay, let's see here. Lots of things. Missing element. Please map neck. Oh, fix all the other things. So everything's excellent, except for this problem. We don't have a neck. And that's basically wrecks most of this. Let's see if we can actually fix this easily. I don't think this is salvageable, but wait, no, hold on. Select model, configure. Yeah, save. We're saving this. We're saving this scene. I have set up some scenes, YouTube. There. Oh, yes. Okay. I don't believe we can just do something easy. That's the. These are the lips. The thing is, it says it's optional bone, but possibly not. I don't know. In this case, it is mostly ruined. Let's see here. Can we possibly fix this in Blender? I don't believe so. Object mode. Spine there. Edit. There. Okay. Bone. So this bone is gonna be up there. And this is gonna get slightly moved up there. Okay. And we're just gonna take the head and this bone. Keep offset. So upper chest 2.0 there. Just gonna call it neck. Export. Oh. Save as final 2.0. It's like a Realm Reborn. We're just doing it this way. Export, FBX, final 2.0, export. Oh yeah, hold on. Gonna go into object mode, edit mode, find this little thing. Oh, keep X-ray off. Delete this. Export, FBX, quest. There we go. Okay, let's just take this step through back to square one. Nothing like it's a completely slapdash tutorial. Okay, there's a null reference of objects. Stop crying. Everything's fine. Apply, config. It's gonna be weird now because of the fact that the bone's not really gonna exist correctly. Yeah, there we go. So it has the neck transform now. I'm not gonna deal with the fingers now because that's just gonna be extra time. I'm gonna try and make this as fast as possible. So done, apply, join it in, reset its positions, smack on the texture, add the VRChat descriptor, again. Move this as close to the eyes as possible. Okay. Save it again to scene, I guess. Yes. VRChat, show control panel, fix. Right. So, while you're doing this, you don't need to just put it up there. You can always go into your thing and delete and check and all that. Because you can just build and test. And when you build and test, it's just going to pop up for a second. Test avatar complete. Go over here. Oh, the mouse sensitivity. Avatars. And then you just here. So you have the other. That is local saved files. So there we have the model in game. And most of the animations work. The fingers are not messy to a certain extent. This time it seems like the hands are slightly off. And currently the lip sync is not active, but that is how you actually get the model in there. If you then want to build it, we can of course build and publish. This avatar can be used as a custom fallback, which is nice. Let's see, what did I call the other avatars? Well, yeah, of course. Simple retrospect. Warrior of Light from Final Fantasy 14. This being tutorial. And of course, remember to put up the correct things. If you set it to private, because you don't want to put it out to everyone else, it's your personal character. You can move the camera around, do all sorts of things. I am not gonna bother with this tutorial. Upload. Now, it'll take a little moment, but the most important thing, because of how I set up my process here, and if you followed it correctly and did not make the mistakes that I did, you will see something over here, which is the ID, and that's important. Just gonna, there we go. So now it's uploaded. In the content manager, we can't see it currently, but we will see it soon. I will delete this, yoink, and go into the quest avatar, humanoid, apply, because now we're gonna make the quest version. Save. And we have most of the things here. Just close this away. And the neck. Neck. And the head. There we go. Of course, there's the fingers to do as well, just to make sure that it works, but this is mostly just for the fallback character. And we put it back here. Doink, doink. Smack the thing on again. Now this time, actually, we have to duplicate. So Control C, Control V, I believe. No? Nope. Okay. Select the avatar, put the texture on, and move this back here. Delete that. Now in this, we rename it to Atlas Quest, because this is where it gets weird. So you have to select some of these. Personally, I prefer to have Toon Light. So emission, because we have to use the normal map and all that stuff. Hold on, texture, normal map, there, metallic smoothness map, specular. Wait, no, was it the occlusion? I can't remember. Because VRChat's well, you can. I guess you can do that. You can also use this. No, wait, no, that's the wrong one. Yeah, I guess this is just as much. The problem is you have a limited degree of choices for. Oh yeah, there's bump specular. Let's see. No, nothing there. All right, just to make it short, standard lit like this, and then metallic smoothness down. No, VRChat. Now I'm getting annoyed at myself because I want to make sure. Whatever, just put it this way. Show control panel. And this one will need an avatar descriptor again, and we will need to edit this. In case, of course, you are using Quest, you will probably not do the previous steps of doing the other avatar. But, like this. And now we just need to find the ID. So, autofix, and switch build to Android. Because now we're making the Quest version. And this is the thing that bothered me for a bit because I didn't really know. But you want to copy the blueprint ID and place it in here to attach it. That way, when you upload it, it's uploaded to the same avatar model base thing. How long has this gone on? This is probably a very long tutorial. This was just gonna be a short thing. It didn't really become short. So, all good. If you wanted to, you could try and squeeze it down to 7,500 polygons. I'm not gonna do that, but that is how it is. I don't see. Oh, fetch records. No? Let's see here. Avatars. I may have messed up somewhere. Wonderful. It's either VRChat is slow or I messed up. I'm gonna assume I messed up, but just gonna yoink it, move it down here, prefab variant, so that you could just pull it in there and it has all the details correctly. And we're just gonna pull the old one and smack the texture on it. I just find it interesting that it haven't shown itself. I may have to relog or something. Of course, technical difficulties are always funny. Okay, build content manager builder. Right, needs VRChat descriptor. There we go. Switch target. There we go. Now you can see the specular map is not supported for Quest avatars. That's why you have to swap back and forth. When you install Unity for the first time, remember to make sure that you have both enabled to do either versions. Yeah, it did not build correctly, apparently. Okay. I am just gonna build and publish again. Unless, of course, it's just gonna get messy. Nope. I may have to just jump to a different world and see if that does anything. New instance. Invite only. Go. Let's see if that does anything. Your login expired. Ah, okay. Okay. Wait. Okay, it just auto logged in. Avatars. No? I must have been AFK for long enough for it to do that. Actually, I need to verify something, so I'm just gonna close it down. And hopefully it doesn't show, but it probably will. Oh, no it didn't. Woo! Cool. Didn't show my entire Steam. Just gonna close that down like this. This is such a ghetto tutorial. I can't even. Documentation or whatever. I hope you can get use out of it. I apologize. Oh, there we go. So he exists. So it was just some delay with that. Stop the play, because that's how they do it. Content manager, there we go. So I'm just gonna delete that and yoink my prefab, move that to default position, and content manager, where have we the one? There we go. Copy ID, and then here, paste it in, attach. Of course, it would be funny if you can just upload on mine ID. Who knows? Someone probably gonna try it. I'm just gonna put this one under the bench afterwards because, jeez. So now it's attached. So now it will build to that. We swap back to Android. Also, do keep in mind you need to be a new user before you are allowed to actually host it. And see here, it has the details now because it is actually linked to that. So build and publish. And it'll have all the details already. See? Description and all. Yep. Go. Have the rights to upload this content to VRChat. I don't believe I do exactly, and I could get into trouble for this. In any case, I guess I'll just have to delete the content. It's set to private for a reason. It's not to be commercialized in any way possible. So, now it should work. There we go. So now we have this avatar, and avatar-wise, choose fallback. We should see it. It's not. It hasn't been uploaded yet. So we'll just have to wait for that to come up. But you should be able to just yoink it as a fallback, and then you have that set up. And you will basically have an avatar that is excellent quality. And on Quest, it's gonna be good quality. You need to do more work in order to enable eye tracking and facial expressions and all that. So follow the other tutorial that is going to be linked in the description. But otherwise, yeah, I do hope this works for you and helps you out. And have a nice day.